for the programs, and there's something we call opening montage. Opening montage. You see, opening montage, like somebody want to talk about, let me use the program we have on here, like Kakaki. I'm sure most of us watch Kakaki, or you must have heard about Kakaki. If you look at Kakaki, Kakaki in northern part is the long trumpet. And now you want to project Kakaki program. And people are not seeing that long trumpet from your montage. Does it make sense? No. Another one, AIT is an African independent television. That's why most of our presenters, they don't use their English name. Yes. And if you see most of our presenters, then, I'm sure when Oga was in Lagos, you cannot wear this type of clothes and be on air. They will not allow you. They won't. Then there's not something like this then, but we have Babanriga, we have Ankara, They won't allow something like this for you to be on air. If you're a woman, you want to do anything, you must tie your head. But nowadays, you see somebody just like what my sister has done, he or she will be on air. You see a man, no cap, nothing. He'll be casting news. Fashion. But the name alone says African Independent Television. So you should project what you are saying. So that's the essence of montage. And maybe another one like Focus Nigeria. Focus Nigeria is that we are trying to focus on this country. And I am not seeing a Nigerian man dressing as Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, or whatever. Rather, I'm seeing somebody with coat, with tie, button up, suit up, and you are telling me you are projecting Focus Nigeria. Focus Nigeria is not, suit and tie is not our culture. It's a borrowed mode of dressing. It's a borrowed mode of dressing. The moment you are in that post-production room, because there's a room for you specially, and your brain needs to work. Your brain needs to work. Thank God for this, what are they saying now? Computer. No, computer generally. In the olden days, I started my career of editing with OGTV, VHS to VHS. I think I said it yesterday. You can have three. The one on your left hand is the player. You have mixer. But in the olden days, then you have the two together in one machine. They call it Panasonic, Sonic, or whatever. But you have video, you have audio, the same panel. Then you have your recorder at your left-hand side. You see, and there is no remote. You use your two fingers, both left and right. You will count 1, 2, 3 here. By the time you punch pause, you will be seeing the figure. You say 1, 2, punch this one. So by the time you punch this one on the dot of that 3 here, it will pick up. It will pick up. And if you are not smart and your senses are not very articulating very well, you will miss that figure. I will tell you a story. When I started my career in OGTV, they now give me, there's something we call our programs for the week, or what will come up on OGTV. On Sunday, they will ask you to edit. Then they will play it on Sunday. I forget the name they give that program. And when you are doing voicing, my name is, take 2. My name is, take 2. My name is, take 2. You can take 2 10 times while you are doing that scripting. But when you get to editing point, the take 2 should not appear at all. Yeah. Thank God that you agree with me on that. As an editor now, first time ever, they now give me that job to edit. And the producer just said, you can do it. I said, yeah, I can do it now. and she left. I now sat down. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I finished it. I submitted at the library. Instead for the library man to preview, he did not. Send it to MCR. And now on that Sunday, I know the time the program will be coming up. As a big boy, I now sat down behind the table to see my handwork. Outside the morning, the presenter come up, talk her own. The first I just said, I said no. That one did not, I didn't feel much. I said maybe yes, it's allowed. I just started. Take 2. On air. I said no. I said yeah, take 2. And it's 30 minutes program. So you can imagine the take two or whatever I started here. My brain, actually, by the time I get to the office on Monday, I sneak into my office, sat down quietly, and every Monday they have management meeting. And I'm expecting that they will just come to that management meeting that, come. And I just came back from northern part of the country. Come, I know say you'll be mala. So are you now telling us that you don't know the difference between take two and don't take two at all? But because the management, so-called management, then they are not watching. So that's what saved me that year. That's what saved me. That's what saved me that year. Narrow escape indeed. But where I'm heading to, that take two, whatever, made me to become solid film editor. Because when I get to that office that day, do you know what I did? I just walk into the office, the same tape, the rushes, I lock up that office because the news people will come back around 3 or 4 to come and start their news stories. I lock up myself, use aircan, then re-edit that story. No, yes, remove the take two, but it can't go on here again. But I took my time, more than necessary time now, to do that work. After I have done that, exactly, sir, I now sat down, watched the whole 30 minutes program. My mind at rest.
Ẹ̀kọ́ ní ìpìlẹ̀ ìdàgbàsókè gbogbo àwùjọ. Ipò wo ni àwọn alákòóso FCT gbé ètò ẹ̀kọ́ sí gan? Èló ni owó tí wọ́n yà sọ́tọ̀ fún nínú ètò ìṣúná? Báwo ni wọ́n ṣe ná owó tí wọ́n yà sọ́tọ̀ fún? Kí ni ìgbéléwọ̀n àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́, olùkọ́ni àti àwọn akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ gboyè tí àwọn ilé ẹ̀kọ́ gíga wa ń pèsè gan? Fún àwọn ìdáhùn lóríṣiríṣi, darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lórí ètò Leaves and Worms, ètò akọ́nilọ́gbọ́n àti ìlanilọ́yẹ tí yóò máa wáyé sí ojú ìwòran yín ní ọ̀sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀rọ móhùnmáwòrán AD4 TV Radio, Wọlé Ṣóyínká Center for Investigative Journalism pẹ̀lú àtìlẹ́yìn MacArthur Foundation ló ṣe onígbọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀. Ẹ má pàdánù rẹ̀ o.
But since that day, it was at that point I get techniques of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, sir? No more take two again. No more take again. Until they face off the VHS editing facilities. Totally. But the VHS editing facilities is coming back now. I just read it when I was searching for something on here. I mean, through social media, I read that it's coming back. And it's the best, and it's not expensive. The VHS machine, how much, the VHS tape, how much are they buying? How much? No, things have changed anyway. So let's move forward a bit. I will take you a bit to nonlinear editing. Nonlinear editing is what we are using now. Because the first half, VHS, Umatic, Betamax, all those ones are when you pack 2 or 3 machines together to your left-hand side. You have a mixer, audio, and visual mixer, then you have your recorder. Rather, yes, you can. This one as it is now. Okay, fine. Let me see. Let me quickly bring out something for you people. I want to bring out something that I've done in my office for you. You see, with this machine, if assuming I'm not working with AIT, I have my own business. This is my own workshop, and this is my office. It's what I'm trying to open is coming up. You call it Adobe Premiere Pro, or you have After Effects. Those are the 2 powerful editing software, very powerful one. And if you can, there's one copper in my office now. You know, I'm the one in charge of this Catholic Church Mass every Sunday on AIT. I'm the one in charge, so I assign people. So last week, we were at the CBN MPC meeting. I asked her to follow them. She said, Oga, this thing, you just say upstairs. I said, yes, because that's where the whole thing is happening. If I'm not there, if there's a mistake, the man downstairs will not know. But if there's a mistake, I can quickly correct at that spot before he got to the studio, because our studio, you know, we have a studio downstairs, then 11th floor is the MPC, that's CBN. So she followed me that very Tuesday. And I said, you are going to follow them on Sunday for Catholic program. She now said, okay, no problem. She followed them on Sunday. Yesterday, when she saw me at National Assembly, she said, I handle camera. I said, yeah, you handle camera? She said, yes. I said, how do you feel? Say, oh God, thank you. I'm so happy. A degree holder. And no camera. You can imagine, it's like the excitement is too much for her. And I said, no, it's not just ordinary handling of camera alone. You are going to edit. Sorry. You are going to edit. And when I say you are going to edit, I say, oh, how will I do that? Do you have laptop? I say, yes, I have laptop. What you are going to do on your laptop, go and I will introduce you to one of our graphics people. They will help you to download Adobe Premiere in your system. I said, okay. Could you believe before I finish that week, that should be last week, either Monday or Tuesday, I share my table with her. Before you know, she's downloaded one from her house. But she said that one is not opening. She now came to the door. Before you know, pretty okay, I've downloaded Adobe Premiere. I said, are you sure? He said, yes. Okay, see it. I said, fine. Then how do you want to go about it? He said, I don't know that you are going to put me through. I decided to show you this one now. There's a work I've done, but what I want to say, what I want to pass across, this is like your bank. This is where you have your rushes. When you, I didn't come with my hard drive. Or you can use flash. You plug your flash wherever, either your hard drive. Or when you record with your camera, you can copy into the hard drive, you can copy into the flash or wherever you want to copy into. Or you can use, there's another plug. I have everything in my bag. There's an adapter. You can just adapt it to this one, direct. Then this is your bank, this side. This is where you have all your rushes. Then we want to do anything from here. You want to bring it down here. You click from here. You bring it down here. You preview it here. There's a line here. There's a line like this somewhere here. Just like this, all these lines here. You will see it here. There's what we call marking and mark out. The moment you get your marking and mark out, you drag it, you drop it here. You go for another one, you bring it up, you place it there. Marking, that's what we call marking or mark out. You drag it, you drop it here. This is your timeline here. And by the time you do all this one, you need to go to the graphics. From this same machine, you go towards your graphics. From the graphics, you can use colors to beautify. Even you can change the color of your contents. You can change the colors. This machine has all the facilities. This machine has been holding it. You can, as we are seated now, I can change myself to be a white man from this machine. That is, from my everything will just turn to white. And I can change myself to black man indeed from this machine. And that's why I'm saying color is very, very important. All these ones, if you don't know it, you can't get it. If you don't know it, you can't get it. And by the time you now bring all this one, just like advertisement. Some years ago, there's this IGI advertisement. It's like a stick. The guy was coming, then he just do like this. The stick just appeared. Eat the stick, it turned to IGI. It's an old advertisement. But you know, if you look like, let's talk about MKO, is our man, oh. MKO, is our man. On the march again, looking for Mr. President. All those ones happens at the beer parlor with Dele Momodu. It's creativity. They are just, most of our artists that sing nowadays, they listen to the inspiration from, you said? Rosabel, yes, but Dele Momodu was the brain behind of On the March Again. Rosabel of the Den. But they are the one that produced, but somebody give that idea to them. Do you get it, brother? On the march, they are just in beer parlor drinking. And all of us know Dele Momodu, Otumba Dele Momodu. When he was still radical pen man. And they are just singing. I said, something can come up from this one. Creativity, that's what we call creativity in post-production. At the end of the day, On the March Again, they place it on timeline, and timeline give them Abiola. Abiola pictures everything with Baba Gana, King Bibe. The other is a story. So this is what we call Premiere. And this is you play here, you drag it here, whatever you produce, come up here. You preview here. The moment you preview and you are okay with what we've done here, you pass it. Then It's a pity, assuming I can turn it to be so easy for me to, but I want everyone to be seeing it. You can see, no. You can see AE here. That's for your graphics. By the time you click this one, your graphics will come up at this side. I have all these things there, but it's not easy for me to be pressing the way it is. But the graphics now, you have to look at the picture you are placing here. You see, this is the graphics. You can see the graphics now. Like these ones, I know I was telling somebody about financial assistance that we are running on AIT. I said I'm the one behind it. I'm sure this one must be on air now. Talin Abdul Mumuni Dantami. It should be on air running now. But this is the graphics for it. If you look at this color, wherever you are, this thing will be so glaring for you to read. The name, by the time you see it on big screen like this, and you are somewhere at that outside, this door is open or this glass side is open, you will see it very clear and you'll be able to read it very well. That's the beauty of graphics. That's the beauty. And there is no way you add graphics together that you not enjoy the portion. There is no way. Even all these things we are seeing, all this write-up on this banner, is graphics. Because graphics tells you the story. And people writing all the scripts, somebody will write the script, like the documentary, they will write scripts, they put video by the side here. They put video, graphics, video, track up. They will put everything by this side on this small paper, on this small script. As an editor, they give you a guidelines. And the guidelines tells you that moment you get to this paragraph 1, this is the shot you are using. Or this is the content or the film or whatever you like you are using. The next one they put 10:15 to 11 a.m. graphics. Means you are writing all these ones in graphics. And by the time all these things come up in the next 30 or 25 minutes, you will love it on air. Either as a documentary or as a news. Because I know some of us who are news reporters, one way or the other, they will ask you to go and do a documentary on certain things. If it's not documentary, they will say, okay, give me a package of 5 minutes of a special report. And there's no way you do a special report without using graphics. There is no way. Because somebody will talk. And that person that is talking, the name or her name must appear on air with the portfolio of that person. If it's a lecturer, you say lecturer from so-so university. If it's a farmer, whatever area, or from so-so area, maybe from Abuja in Gariki or wherever, the name must be there. That whoever that sees you say, oh, I know this one is from so-so place. So anything we are doing, the creativity in us should always be up, above our own thinking. Because if you are doing anything graphics, your creativity is very low. At the end of the day, you realize that what you are doing, you are not enjoying it at all. Because why? What you are doing, what you are writing, what you are projecting from your mind is not in line with what you are doing. Automatically, you get loose, you get tired, you get frustrated because you are not getting it right. It's a reality of production. Most of us in this side of camera work, if not now, the truth is very bitter. If not now, you hardly see graduates in that area. If it's not now, you hardly see graduates. Either school starts or you don't have job, they just say, you better go and learn this job. It's just like a tailor. But now you see masters doing tailoring. If not now. And the level of thinking when you are not a graduate is I'm sorry. Moment you are not a graduate, your thinking, your level of thinking will be very, very low. And when they give you job, as somebody that your level of thinking or whatever of your understanding, life is so low, and you are looking at somebody that gave you the assignment, you'll be looking at him that, I've done it now. What are you telling me? Are you telling me it's wrong? By the time you now sit down and see, A is supposed to say, And instead of saying, I'm sorry, it becomes wahala. I just made mention of NTA now, that I call Alima Musa all the way in where she was in Jos. Not that they don't know, not that they don't have they sound very well in English, but that time, to take their time after you've done it, preview. Because you have post, review, and preview. But some you just do it. I beg, go and play it. It's okay. It's okay. And by the time you get on here, it's a broken egg. You can't pack it again. I think that's our wahala. Even the graduates of nowadays, like NTA, I know some people in NTA, most of their graphics officers or the creative officers they're not dropouts, including my office. In AIT now, if you want to come to AIT, you must be a graduate. You must be a graduate in AIT for you to be employed. And the graphics people, I've said it before. If you are not ready to learn, there's no way for you to understand what we are doing. But from what Oga said, it's a disease that is radiating everywhere. Just like a doctor. My wife sick some days ago, and she just back to the country. She works at National Hospital. She's a senior officer on oncology section at National Hospital. And she was down somehow. And her vein, she's a yellow woman. I know, sorry, madam. To get their vein, like MD2, to get their vein is not an easy thing. You can ask them. To get yellow person vein, you will do like this. So they are trying to locate a vein so that they want to pass drips. At the end of the day, they were unable. Doctor come, no way. A nurse, a colleague of her, she's the one that got the vein. But the doctor will be telling you, it's my duty. So it's everywhere.
Job. I think as a journalist, a lot has changed, in the mass media over the years, and so much has moved online now. Most of us that grew up with the print media, we can't just stay there, or else time will overtake everybody. So now I want to ask, how can one, people like me who have only been in the print media, what do you suggest about accessing some bit of training, getting to know how to handle the camera, editing, post-editing, and all that?
Very nice one. I think the essence of this workshop is part of that question you just asked now. And I know when we opened this section yesterday, the chairman said some of us may be contacted for documentary, for this, for that. But the outcome of this 2 days workshop will give us that benefit. For the question you've asked, I believe the door is open for you. If you walk to the chairman or to the MD and you are ready to, I believe they will give you that opportunity. The moment they said, okay, these are our guidelines, and you're able to follow the guidelines. What you said really, the print media, the way it is, even generally, the whole thing generally is going through social now. If you want to read any news, what I do early in the morning, the whole story that you are going to see in the daily papers, they're already in your phone. So paper people are not selling again. Reporters said they do. So, and what you just said, I said a copper. She just a month ago or so. The last set of copper. She's in my office she's at National Hospital. National Assembly as I'm talking to you now. She's the one deputizing for me there. She has downloaded Adobe Premiere in her system, and she did English. Because when she can say, look, English fine, say plus. But if you want to become, and this lady can barb. She's a barber. I said, look, if you want to learn, before you know, she has started doing little editing. So it's an opportunity for her to learn. It's totally different, but to learn and understand is another thing entirely.
Most problem editors have is the employers or probably the boss. They are not always patient with them. If you are not, the editors, like you say, I'm a production person, core production person from the start. There's a difference between news production and documentaries. News production, you want it on the go in the next 2-3 minutes, you want it to fly. So they are bound to make little mistakes. But when you give a film editor a 30 minutes documentary to me, you must give him a time to, it must be creative, because editing is creativity. So you must make sure that you must give them that time to give you their best. But I have worked with bosses that like you said, education is one major factor that is lagging behind on the editor's part, because they are bound to make a lot of grammatical errors. But the onus lies back to the producer or whoever that is editing. You have to preview, go back to what they have edited and take your time to preview whatever they have done, because no man is an island. Thank you.
what you just said, education is somehow low. Not all low. Because with what is happening now, you see master degree holder being an editor. In AIT today, if you need a job in AIT, you must be a graduate. You must be, and they are no more employing reporters, or they are employing the technical people now. Camera, graphics, studio hands, editors, and you must be a graduate. What you just said, you are right. When you want to edit, as an editor, you must have somebody by your side as a producer. But what is happening nowadays? The producer want to get this one done, to go and get that brown envelope somewhere, to go and do that somewhere, to go and, by the time he or she sat down with the editor, say, please, oh, help me do this, please. I'm coming, madam, I will take my leave now. Just pass everything to the editor. The next thing you will see, that's it. I will use my office, National Assembly. Another person, Uju AJ, just working. We have 3 cameras in the plenary already. She's just working that they should bring out 1 camera for her, that she want to be doing interventions at the lobby. The next thing, before you know, she just went in with the cameraman, they touched 1 camera out of the 3 cameras. The director somewhere else downstairs, that one just see that 1 camera is off, and he cannot leave that spot. What's happening? At the end of the day, he now saw a UAJ with a camera outside. It became wahala in the office. They call me, I say, okay, I know what is happening. I call my director, he said this, I said, okay, don't worry. I'm in charge here. Though I'm not in the office. The next thing, they reported to my own Oga. My Oga called me. I said, ma, you know that I said that I know, and I know what is happening. I explained to her, I said, please now, Dari, I don't want fight to happen because I know you. The moment they get you annoyed, started begging me. At the end of the day, you're supposed to make use of 3 cameras. We are using 2. So, but we still need that camera because as Oga sat down here, there must be a camera facing the speaker, the Senate President. And they are getting Senate President from sideways. Does that make sense? And at the end of the day, we are going to blame the producer. Because myself and my director, we have a good rapport. The director now walks to the TVC to get their signal that shows Mr. President. They now patch that on into our system. So the moment the Mr. President of Senate is talking, a punch TVC shots into AIT shots. What is that? What are we talking of? Creativity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
AD4 TV Radio, we focus on education with emphasis on research and innovation, science and technology, women and girl child education, children, health, youth and sports, socio-political and economic reforms, security, environment, entrepreneurship, and entertainment. We'll give you information at your fingertips. Learn on the go. Follow AD4 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. AD4 TV Radio, reliable and credible.
We love you, AD.